of waiting.
Hey Nukanites, welcome to the final week of the round of 16. This is the second to last day of this round of 16, so there's a lot of high stakes matchups today. This isn't one of them, but after this, there will be a lot of high stakes matchups. Yeah, this is pretty much just a show match between these two. They both have enough wins to automatically move out of this group. Pusan and Gogo will not be able to get enough wins to even force a tiebreaker. So, yep, these two guys automatically out. So this is a battle for pride, for honor, and for movie quotes. Come with me if you want to live. Yes. Now that movie's in the round of 8, I'm going to have to look up some movie quotes, because I think I'm pretty much tapped out already. It's kind of sad, considering the amount of movies I've seen in my life. But here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. El Nino is the map. I'm definitely interested in seeing how this game goes, because movie's been tackling Zerg these days with great proficiency. Okay, let's get the colors and positions up here at the 12 o'clock, and purple is movie. He's actually not wearing his mask this time, so no more dark movie, at least not for right now. Maybe he'll put the mask back on if he does lose this game, because he was doing great with that mask on. For some reason, wearing that mask, he was winning all of his games, but down here at the 5 o'clock position in brown is Jaedong. Since this is pretty much a show match, there's not the same amount of pressure on Jaedong or movie. I have a feeling that the winner... I mean, I don't think this is going to be a good judge of how either of these guys is going to play in the round of 8. But, yes, like I said, still a battle for sending a message. Got to send a message to the rest of the competitors in the round of 8. I'm here to kick some ass. So, yes, I think they are going to play relatively well. But, yeah, I think a best of 3 in the round of 8 between Movie and Jaedong would actually be a really, really interesting series. Just because Movie, he's just been coming up with so many innovative strategies to tackle Zerg. His shield battery rush, and his strategies, especially in Heartbreak Ridge. I've seen a lot of Protoss using his same strategies on that map to tackle Zerg. Don't want to give anything away. Don't want to spoil some recent games as far as that goes. But yeah, very, very interesting stuff. I think Movie is pretty much at the forefront of the changing of the Protoss metagame against Zerg, which is very, very exciting. A lot more Protoss are defeating Zerg these days, at least the ones that have been more flexible. There's plenty of Protoss out there who do seem very inflexible, still sticking with the old standard play, and that's just not working out. He said, yeah, looks like Movie plopping down a pylon, making sure Jaedong can't throw down his hatchery for a while. And Movie actually read an interview with him about his sick mask. He actually wasn't sick. He just has some kind of skin condition, and it was especially bad for a few days. And he still has some weird stuff on his face in this game. And I don't think it's acne. An American sign. I came from America to see Jaedong win with just drones. High five. That's a high five. That's a transcontinental in the past high five. Man, that's a wormhole high five right there. But yeah, he deserved it. But anyways, back into this game. Photon cannon coming up just to ward off these Zerglings. I think Movie, he might want to pull down some more drones because he has a pretty wide gap that Jaedong could just run right by. And there's only one cannon that might barely warp in time. So this could actually cause a lot of damage to Movie. Movie still... bringing in his probes right now. Jaedong might be able to run by. Jaedong running by with his Zerglings. Quite a few Zerglings get into the main, I think enough to cause some serious damage. 3 Zerglings can be dealt with just with probes, but 4, this is going to be very difficult for Movie. He's going to lose quite a few probes trying to fend this off, especially with Jaedong's Ling micro. And this is going to be even harder for Movie because he's going to have a hard time plopping down things inside of his main. I mean, Jaedong's going to try to stop the pylons and pretty much everything else from coming down. So the tons of probes going down for Movie. This might have just lost him the game right here. He's going to be so far behind. He's doing some pretty nice probe micro, not Stork probe micro, but good enough to keep some of the probes alive. Oh man, Movie's doing his best chasing around those Zerglings. He's got them down to pretty low health, so might be able to take out one more. He does take out 2 more Zerglings, so yes, he lost quite a few probes there and pulled a lot off of mining, but yeah, he was finally able to get those Zerglings out of his base, but that's not good for Movie. He's definitely at a disadvantage already, and you definitely don't want to be at any kind of disadvantage against Jaedong, because Jaedong, he plays almost perfectly, so you got to bring your A game, your S game. Because Jaedong always brings his J game. Another probe going down. The single wounded Zergling actually manages to kill one more probe. That's a little bit ridiculous, but yeah, Movie might have given up at this point. Movie's coming in with his first Zealot, trying to camp out here and deny some mining, but this Zealot is going to go down. It's trapped. No, I'm trapped. He'll be able to kill a few Zerglings before that initial Zealot goes down. But now the scouting is completely gone. Movie, he had to devote all of his probes to mining, so he couldn't really send any out for scouting purposes. He sent one Zealot out just to kind of harass and scout at the same time, but yeah, he's really low on scouting. He's really in the dark as to what Jaedong is doing, so Jaedong could do anything at this point. He could go for a Hydra break. I mean, Movie, he doesn't really have enough mineral intakes to support a ton of cannons, so yeah, things not looking good for Movie right out of the gate. But I think he can pull back in this game as long as he plays it safe, prepares for anything, basically. And Jaedong getting down his second gas, so he might actually be switching to Mutalisk. I did not see the Hydralisk in anywhere, and he's just now putting down his Spire. Here comes Movie to scout, so he's going to try to scout this. If he does scout the lack of Hydralisk Den, I think he's going to be very, very suspicious. I still don't see the Hydralisk Den anywhere. Of course, it's pretty standard to go for this kind of thing, go for your Spire first just to get out Scourge, but putting down the second gas that early I think would be an indicator of a Mutalisk build, because the extra gas would be needed to support that midi Mutalisk from more hatcheries like that. Looks like Movie, he is preparing for anything. Getting out a Dragoon at his front. He's going to be prepared at the front. And the Spire coming up for Jaedong. Looks like his Overlord just popped, so we're going to see what he's doing. I still didn't see any Hydralisk Den up, so this could be definitely very bad for Movie if Jaedong does switch to Mutalisk. Of course, I'm going to have to look at Jaedong's eggs. If all of the eggs are pumping right now, that is a Mutalisk build. 2 Stargates coming up for Movie. A little bit late with these Stargates, but I guess you know why they're late. Oh, all of the eggs are morphing, and I still don't see any Hydralisk Den. Oh no, Movie's going to have to deal with some Mutalisk action. Oh, Jaedong Mutamicro. It's about as scary as pretty much anything else in the world. Oh gosh, the Stargates are not going to be nearly in time. I think Movie is pretty much screwed at this point. He did not even build any cannons inside of his main, so I think that Ling run by at the beginning really doomed Movie. That put him behind in all of his timings, so I think he should have played a little bit safer as far as that goes. His one little Dragoon is not going to get much done. Both Stargates are pumping, so if Movie can somehow get out enough Corsairs to make the difference and avoid those Scourge, there's still Scourge in here. Movie's actually coming in with some troops. He doesn't have anything to fight off the mutas, though, and I think that is the big factor. Yeah, Jaedong keeping a few mutas at home just to protect those, protect all of his bases against the Zealots, so the Zealots aren't going to get enough damage done to really even this out. Cannon coming up at the natural expansion, and a couple of Corsairs coming in, but I think he needs about 3 Corsairs to really tackle this. Jaedong fighting back the Corsairs, and no more the Corsairs coming out of the Stargates, actually. Looks like Movie has just stopped pumping Corsairs. He probably doesn't even have the mineral intake to keep it up. GG from Movie. Wah, wah. But yes, I think that game would have gone a little bit differently if he had stopped the Ling run by a nice alfalfa on top of Movie's head there. So, he's got that something about Mary thing going. Ew. Okay. This has been Nuke. I'm going to move on to some more matchups. 2 more Protoss versus Zerg and 1 Zerg versus Zerg.